Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me, everyone? Yes. Okay, so I hope everything is visible. Let's try it out once if things are working. Nope. Okay, that's weird. It's not working. Achha, okay. So do we have to change it again and again?
కార్తీ అట్లా ఈపీ కేబుల్ చెక్ చేసుకో సారీ కార్తీ ఈపీ కేబుల్ చెక్ చేసుకో సిగ్నల్ రాలేదు ఏడా
Audio? All right, we can start now. Thanks for being there. So I'll be talking about empowering the future, like building the future, empowering mobile apps with LLM. And I just realized that someone already delivered this topic before lunch. So I had to change my slides. Thanks to LLM, I could do it in 1 hour. So that makes sense now, that why I chose LLM as a topic. So a little bit about me, myself, Pawan. And I am a GD for Flutter, Dart, and Firebase. I run a YouTube channel called Codepur. And I am right now working on some LLM tools, so I have some things to share. The first thing, this talk is not for Flutter developers. And this talk is not for Android developers. But this talk is for mobile developers, okay? So whoever is building on mobile, this is for you. Okay, why this talk? One more thing before I start is that you'll find a lot of things which you might be knowing already. So, or if you have just listened to someone before this talk, so when you see that, you can just raise your hand so that I'll just move to next slide, right? How many of you watch Google I/O by any chance? What was like main word in Google I/O this year, right? You must have watched this video, right? It's the most popular video of Google I/O. Got many views on YouTube.
Applying AI to make AI first, generative AI. Third, AI, applying AI. Finally,
this was the most watched video, by the way.
Tested AI with AI.
Large language models with AI.
Power of AI, generative AI, AI platform, AI. Tailwind, AI first AI model.
The moon landing is AI generated.
Generative AI, powered by generative AI.
With AI at the center. Leading edge AI research with Google's AI in the cloud. Personal.
Can someone tell me how many times they use this word AI? Anyone? More than 100? I didn't count, so even I don't know. But you got the idea, right? So when Google is talking about AI in that large extent, so that means it's something, right? There is some move in the industry towards AI. That's why we are here. And that's when I thought about that, okay, I also should do something on AI. So, because I know that someone has already delivered the talk, so I have a lot of backup plans. So if this will not work, I have demos to show. If that will not work, I have another presentation to show. So just let me know whenever you feel boring, right? Or you feel like that this thing we already know. Anyway, okay, fair enough. How many of you know this movie? I'm just trying to get the idea of the Bangalore audience once in a while. Which movie is this? थोड़ा सा लाउड यार, बता दो पीछे, थोड़ा सा और लाउड, वन मोर टाइम, एक साथ, कोई मिल गया, राइट? कितने लोगों ने देखी है मूवी? लाइक हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव वॉच्ड इट? ओके, सो ये मूवी वी विल रिपीट, Okay? But there's a twist. What if this movie was made after Google I/O, right? And what if this movie was based on LLM? So you'll get the idea. Okay? So it's a journey. We'll see. Let's start. Okay? That's how the movie starts, by the way. I can see a lot of people can hear this image or GIF. How many of you can hear this without audio? That's why I told him that audio nahi bhi hoga to chalega. Okay, all right. Generative AI. कितने लोगों को पता है what is generative AI? Most of you, I guess, almost all of you. But I saw a lot of good content about generative AI, right? Which explains what is generative AI to people who are kids. And unfortunately, I have to show it. But ठीक है, let's see what is generative AI.
मैंने तुम लोगों को इसलिए आजादी नहीं दिलवाई कि तुम लोग गड्डियां उच्चियां रखिया पे रील बनाओ.
That's a very bad example of generative AI, I know that. But this is generative AI for us. We'll see some good examples, by the way. How many of you know the left picture? Coder लोग तो पता ही होगा सबको. We have used it as a meme. Right picture. Right, मेरा right. नहीं, मेरा left उधर से. So this is generative AI, okay? One more picture. जो ये rectangle है, that is what we have seen, right? So far. How many you can think that अगर ये picture, if I have presented it earlier than that, कितने लोग बता सकते थे कि fake है? Yeah, this is generative. I don't think anyone, probably. Let's see another one. ये मेरा favorite है. So I think this rectangle is what we have seen so far, right? Now we have, इसमें भी twist आएगा, by the way. So ये picture, someone who has never like saw this picture, anyone? I want to see those people. Thanks, bro. Like हम लोग थोड़ा ज़्यादा meme देखते हैं, Instagram people, Twitter, X, ये. So that's why I'm not explaining generative AI because you know what is generative AI now. अगर किसी को नहीं पता था. So generative AI is, अगर हम देखें इस particular globe को, so it's just a subcategory of deep learning. You must have heard all these words. And we'll deep dive a little bit, but we'll focus mostly on generative AI because that's where I think we can get really good. So generative AI, how many types you can see here? Others को छोड़ देते हैं. How many types are there of generative AI? 4. कितने होते हैं according to you? 4 is not the right answer. अच्छा. 5 तो है भी नहीं. So basically, if we think about it, there are only 3 types. One is text, second is images, and third is audio. Video is just a combination of images and audio, by the way, right? So video as a type does not exist so far. So this is generative AI. An ML model which just generates content. That's what it is. Again, this is the same thing. Now, this is the example of video. किसने देखा है? ये हम नया लाए हैं, right? So what we see here is just combination of images, right? Audio तो इसमें है ही नहीं खैर. So this is what generative AI for you. Okay. Again, back to कोई मिल गया. So let's assume this is LLM. This is our application. ठीक है, तो चलता रहेगा behind the scenes. So you can relate whenever you feel like. We'll keep coming. ये आपने slide देख लिया, I know. So what is LLM? Anyone want to tell me what is LLM? Anyone? तो ठीक है, वही उतना मुझे भी पता है यार. उसके अलावा बताओ कुछ. Something new. What is LLM? अगर I think एक लाइन का कोई अगर कोई explanation देना चाहे, anyone? What is LLM? अभी तो talk देखा इतना सारा. Too technical. आसान. Easy. Anyone? क्या चीज? Generates new content. Autocomplete. Correct answer. So LLM is nothing but world's most sophisticated autocomplete. That's it. That's LLM. ये तो मैं भी बता सकता हूँ. छोड़ो. So let's see what is different when we talk about traditional ML developments. Anyone here who is an ML developer, ML engineer or whatever? Anyone here? उस वाले में हैं सारे? Good. यही बस check करना था. कालिंगा वन में है कि जनता यहाँ वाली कालिंगा वन वाली तो नहीं ठीक है. So basically, when we talk about LLMs and traditional way, so in traditional way you require ML expertise. As a mobile developer, we don't have that much time to invest, obviously, right? It's very difficult. अगर किसी ने NumPy Panda पे काम किया यहाँ पे, तो they might be knowing, right? Learning supervised learning, unsupervised learning, all those stuff. It demands training examples. सबसे important चीज़ है, it requires a very good laptop, or not laptop. Laptop is not going to work, in fact, right? In most of the scenarios. So that's biggest challenge. It requires model training and computation, obviously. But when we talk about LLMs, we are mobile app developers. It's easy. Doesn't require ML expertise. No training needed because these are pre-trained. How many of you know what is the full form of GPT? Anyone? कोई तो होगा? Yes, please. Generative? Pre-trained transformers, right? We'll come back to that. But yes, so it means pre-trained, right? Which means you don't have to train it, right? But what you can do, you can fine-tune it, right? We'll talk about that as well. Okay, so this is the future of mobile apps. So I recently went to Silicon Valley. There was no one who was not talking about AI. So मेरी ऐप बेकार है अगर उसमें AI नहीं है. Technically, that's what they meant in general. So that's what we will see in the future probably. ये आप देख चुके हो, छोड़ो. ठीक है? You know this also. So we'll move. Is it future? देखो, मैं बोला था कहीं कहीं आएगा कुछ. ठीक है? So whenever a new technology comes, you know what happens, right? We don't think about it that much. 5 years ago, I was here, I was talking about what is Flutter. Nobody gave a damn what is Flutter. But today we are talking about it anyway. So it happens with every technology. Let's talk about LLM evolution, because this is very important when we are talking about LLMs. So it started with early language models, okay? So it was rule-based systems where there were hard-coded rules and statistical models, n-gram models, like there were unigram models, bigram models. So what used to happen was, there was, let's say, a sentence, or let's say few words. So in unigram models, what used to happen was, it used to predict the last word, or it used to take the last word, and it used to do the prediction based on that last word. Let's say you are saying hi, then the next predicted word can be what's up, right? So that was unigram. Then bigram model came, like it could understand last 2 words, and based on that, it could generate some predictions, right? And then it revolved. The n-gram models, like the n is just a number, right? Which got like increased, but it was not sufficient, right? Because you cannot just keep counting the words and generating the next word. Not sufficient. Then we saw another phase, which was neural network revolution, where we saw RNNs, LSTMs, right? But what it was good for handling sequential data, right? That was the big part, and then word embeddings. But again, this was not sufficient. Now we come to the main picture, where we saw transformer architecture, which we called, like GPT is one of those examples, where we got introduced to transformers. How many of you have heard about Llama by any chance, right? So basically, if you have heard about Llama or any model, so you know that they are trained on different kind of like parameters, right? Billions of parameters, right? So that era started from transformers. Initially, we saw BERT and GPT-2, and when they got like that got scaled up, then we saw GPT-3. I won't name the company name, but you know what I'm talking about here, right? So GPT 3.5 we saw, and we misused it heavily. So you know what I'm talking about. So it was trained on 175 billion parameters. And these are domain-specific models were also introduced, which were focusing on domains. So have you heard about custom GPTs, right? They are more like domain-specific, right? Where you just try to target one particular domain. Let's say You must have seen the GPTs for PDFs, right? Or let's say healthcare, right? Specific to that. किसी ने भगवत गीता पे GPT बनाया था, if I remember correctly, right? So those kind of things we started seeing, and then we got introduced with multi-model models, right? Which are more than texts, right? Now we can use images, we can use pretty much everything. And one example is GPT Vision, Gemini Vision Pro, which we'll see. Anyway, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा किसी को तो you can just let me know, right? We will keep coming with more examples. Anyway, prompt engineering, how many of you know what is prompt engineering? पता है? Oh, nice. Okay, let's talk a little bit about prompt engineering. चलो ये मूवी से आया थोड़ा तो आएंगे बाद में इस पे, ठीक है? So रोहित को एक टास्क मिल गया है to learn prompt engineering. I'll come back to it, okay? So prompt engineering in general way, if you see, you give some input and you want certain kind of output. That's what prompt engineering is. We'll come back to it, but it's an art. How many of you know drawing, right? पता तो सबको ही होगी, वैसे basic drawing तो सब बना लेते हैं. सूरज, पहाड़, that kind of drawing. Like I used to draw that, तो मुझे उतना ही पता है. But drawing is like everyone knows the tools and everything, right? But it's more about the creativity, right? What you can create out of it. So prompt engineering is almost similar. We'll come to it and I'll give you good examples that how you can enhance your writing prompts kind of thing. So role of LLMs in mobile apps, that's main topic. So you might be thinking that, okay, where I'll use LLMs in mobile apps? Okay. So the good part or the best part about LLMs are they let us prototype fast, okay? I'll do a little bit like quick go through because of the time shortage, and I want to show you the demo, so it's very important. So you can enhance user experiences using LLMs, which means you can provide personalized content and contextual responses. Basically, I want you to maybe take like picture of these slides. Why? Because these can give you idea for your mobile app, right? Because there will be a lot of things coming up. So I'm just giving you like some ideas that what you can do with your application, and it might be useful for you. So one is enhancing the user experience, right? Second, you can improve communication interfaces, right? Like you can have voice active commands. If someone has heard about LNAI and all those sort of things, they actually build the product based on this, right? Or even Siri and all those things, right? So chatbots and virtual assistant, these are one of the features you will probably find in every other application today, right? I think if you use Airtel Thanks, anyone uses that, right? So their chat interface is totally on LLM today, right? They want you that they will try their best that you don't reach to customer representative, because they know that how we talk to customer representative, right? So probably they are very much used to it कि नहीं भाई नहीं बात करानी इनसे, तो कोशिश करो जब तक वो घूम ना जाए 4 बार तब तक उसको दिखाओ मत option, right? So this is a very good use case, and probably moving further we will see every application have these bots or virtual assistants, because this is where we are heading. We cannot एक app थी, I am forgetting the name of that application. It was starting from H something. Haptic, yes, you are right. So haptic के बारे में किसी ने सुना है यहाँ पे, right? कोई इसकी story जानता है? You know it? You used to work there? You know it more than us. So haptic, if I am wrong, please correct me, ठीक है? मैं एक ही line बोलूँगा बस, ज़्यादा नहीं, ठीक है? So haptic initially started with people who were used to respond to people, right? That is correct, right? So they thought कि haptic was for like chat for everyone. Like आपको कुछ भी पूछना है, ठीक है? If you don't have girlfriend, you can ask them like how to get girlfriend. Someone will reply for sure. Personal assistant, right? So haptic was like that, and they thought that this model will scale because we have 1,000 people sitting to answer. And fortunately or unfortunately, haptic got a lot of users. because इंडिया में बहुत वेले लोग हैं, ठीक है? आप उनको मौका दे के देखो, क्वेश्चंस का ब्रह्मांड ले आएंगे. So I think they got very busy and they could not scale. And then they changed the product. क्या नाम आया फिर उसका फंडिंग लेने के बाद? So basically what I'm saying is it's not possible. If you are making a chat experience for everyone, not everyone can reply quickly. Like इतना नहीं हो सकता. कितने लोग आप hire करोगे for one 2.4 billion people or whatever we are targeting. So that's where, अब थोड़ा fast चलते हैं. Language and text processing, translation services. I am already using LLM for this, by the way. Translation services, speech to text, text to speech, right? This is very important. Again, in my apps, I am using this. Content creation and management. If you do YouTube or anything like that, you know the importance of it, right? You can like put any video in any LLMs and it will give you a summary in just 2 minutes, right? Of that entire video. This is how I am watching videos these days. That इतना बड़ा video कौन देखेगा 30 मिनट का, ठीक है? Just put in LLM and get the summary out of it. That's it. For me, it works. So it's a very good use case. Search and information retrieval. Okay, you can definitely enhance the search functionality. You have already seen it when you do Google search. In fact, that is using LLMs already. And information extraction, basically embedding also comes as a part of it. Like if you have a PDF file, basically you can do a search on that PDF file and you can come up with the output in just a second. So it's again very good use case. Learning and education, I think this is the very big area where there a lot of things can be done when it comes to LLMs. Healthcare applications, obviously there will be a disclaimer. I know a company in Bangalore which is working on this particular model using LLMs. They are right now, like I met them yesterday itself. It's a very good idea also, and it's very much needed for India especially, because we all know how much we struggle when it comes to health, right? So it's a very good domain. If you really want to do something, this is the domain to go for. I mean, a lot of opportunities, by the way, just saying. E-commerce and marketing, Flipkart, Amazon are already using it, right? You might be seeing a lot of relevant ads about it, right? Personalized suggestions about your products, what you should wear next, what you should buy next, all those things. Gaming and entertainment. I tell you, there are a lot of filmmakers who have started using LLMs. I know one of them, somehow, because he reached to me. We needed some help. I won't tell the name, but they are using LLMs to generate stories. They are actually creating story out of LLMs, because हमें पता है इंडिया में कैसी movies बनती है already, ठीक है? Copy paste का ज़माना है, right? So it's a very use case again, good use case. Accessibility again, very important, and most of us ignore it as individual developers at least. जब तक हम एक certain position तक नहीं पहुँचते, we always ignore it because it takes efforts, right? It's similar to writing test cases, which takes effort. Now people are getting used to it, but earlier they were not, right? Same thing with accessibility, because the support was never that good when it comes to developer toolings as well. So this is a very good use case again. LLMs can really help you with that. Like probably I can show some examples, not right now, but after the talk probably. Developer tools, which I'm gonna show you as a demo. So let's skip it. The machines are taking over. Yes, it's true. So as a mobile app developer, we have to be smart. It's not just anymore that, okay, I just learned, मैं गया YouTube पे, मैंने Boston का tutorial देखा and बन गया developer. That does not work anymore. We have to be smart. We have to use these tools to get it done even quick, like better than others probably, or we can take the advantage of it to improve ourselves. That's the best thing about it. Technical integrations, I'll take some time. First thing is choosing the right model, which you should know. For example, when you are using LLMs, right, you have a specific need, like you want to do text generations, you want to understand the context, so you have to choose models accordingly. There are a lot of models available in the market if you want to use some pre-trained models. Let's say Llama ki baat kare, there's Llama, there's OpenAI ke models, there's Google ke models, right, which we'll talk about. And then customization, like I'll suggest that when you are targeting API specific, like if you are, let's say, hitting one of the APIs to get data, that can be very much killed very easily, right? Because someone else can do that and it will kill you. So you should always try to have a model which you can fine tune, and you can provide examples to make it even better. So that's what I'll suggest. API integration, again, I told you already, this is the easiest way to integrate LLMs in your mobile apps. And we can see the demo quickly. Data pre-processing and handling, this is something which I think once you try using LLMs, you will get to know that what needs to be done about the user queries, whether the data is compatible with the LLM requirements or not, all those things. performance and scalability. Obviously, this again makes very much, like it's very important for enterprises to take into this consideration, especially when it come to mobile. Anyone has heard about Gemini Nano by any chance? Right? So I'll talk about it anyway. So yeah, when it comes to mobile, things gets a little bit critical because mobile ecosystem is difficult to target anyway. Security and privacy, obviously we have to comply with regulations like GDPR and all, right? So when you are using AI, you have to be very aware about what you can do, what you cannot do. Secure API calls, obviously when you are using, let's say, some OpenAI or something, or Gemini Pro, let's say, don't directly use them like hitting their APIs directly, right? Probably you would want to make some proxies out of it, or maybe you can use cloud functions, anything like that. And user interface integration, which किसी ने वो demo देखा है, bespoken UI recently in Google's Gemini Pro announcement, Gemini announcement. So you know what I'm talking about. I can show you. ये है मेरे पास. Error handling and robustness, okay. Feedback loop, because this will help you in training your model. So this is the most important part of it, right? The feedback loop. People are actually using LLMs just to train them more, and GPT is doing the same thing with you. Whatever you are doing, किसी ने 2 + 2 5 देखा है GPT का? Right? We'll talk about it. We have very less time actually. So I'll just run a little bit faster. ये repeated talk तो नहीं लग रही ना, by the way, थोड़ा बहुत. There is something new to learn? Okay, cool. So, इसमें से I think you might have seen all of it, probably, right? अगर नहीं सुना है तो you can definitely explore. There is DALL-E 3, GPT, Llama, Palm, Vertex, Cloudy, Hugging Face, all. There's a lot of keywords here which you can take away and probably search about it. Today we'll talk about Gemini Pro a little bit. So you know already the prototyping, so I'm gonna just like fast forward from here. This is how you create API key. This is how you write prompts. And yes, API key is a password for us. We know as a developer already. So this is how you can write using Gemini tool. I'll skip it because I think this is fine, right? We can see how it works. You can pick an image, for example, from here. You can write that, okay, give me what movie I am acting about, and it will give you the answer probably directly, that the matrix, right? That's how it works. So this is using Gemini Pro Vision. Okay. LLMs for chat, you already know how the contexting works. Anyone does not know about this? The context normal chat applications which you see, right? Like what you do with GPT is this, right? So why I am running fast? Because I have a demo to show. But yes, you got the idea. So what you can do with chat applications, you can make customer service, personal assistance, interactive storytelling, and a lot more. Yes, you'll become a bot. Now Gemini, little bit about it. You can use these three, but as of now, I think these are in preview access. This Gemini Nano also. This only works with Pixel 8, unfortunately, but yes. And this works, Gemini Pro works with this Maker Studio, so you can use it today itself. And I will highly recommend that you should try it out because it's really good. And you know the other tools you can use. And basically, the ecosystem is consisting of this as of today. I highly recommend one more thing from here, which is LangChain. Anyone heard about LangChain, right? Definitely check it out. I have one slide here I'll probably show you. Gemini Pro, you already know it. Gemini Nano, this is what we talked about. So basically, it uses the AI core, right? It's an offline, basically, these are already, models are already there on your device. I'm talking about Pixel 8. And you can use it for certain things, not for everything, but yeah, certain things. Even I didn't have access to it, so I cannot show you the demo. Well, once I get it, so probably you can reach out to me. So Gemini API is good for text, images also, chat, embeddings, all of these things you can do with Gemini AI. Gemini API's previous version was Palm API, if you have heard about it, right? And all of this is kind of abstraction on the top of Vertex AI, basically, if I'll give you an idea, right? Prompt design is very important. I have just 5 minutes, but I'll try to make it as simple as that. So this is some of the rules you have to use. How many of you think you know how to write prompts? Just asking. Few people, okay. A lot of people does not know. I think you have already listened. I'll share the slides, by the way. So there is something called zero-shot prompting, where you just say, okay, please classify the following question. How do I use the future builder widget? It gives you an answer that it could be categorized under app development or programming. Now the interesting thing is coming, okay? This is called zero-shot prompting. This is not interesting. This is interesting, where we call it few-shot prompting, right? Where what you do, you yourself specify the question and give the answer of it, that how you want it, right? So basically I say that, okay, how does the container widget work? The answer should be core widget. What can you explain the use of raised button widget? The answer should be material widget. So this will try to understand the context. So you'll say, how do I implement the Cupertino action sheet? It will say Cupertino widget. How do you use the future builder widget? It will say answer is core widget, right? This is the output which it will generate, right? This is again not interesting. Let's come to the main part. This is the best prompting mechanism. Chain of thought prompting. How many of you have tried this kind of way of writing to LLMs, right? Like, if I'll ask LLM how many hours are there in the month of May, is this correct or wrong, first of all? Anyone? यार ये तो बहुत आसान है. क्या हो गया? Developers लोग हैं हम तो. Is it correct or not? Correct? Correct वाले बताए एक बार, please. Raise your hands. फटाफट, टाइम नहीं है अपने पास. एक ही मौका है मेरे पास, पापा. Please. Wrong? Right? But have you, like 2 + 2 = 5, कितने लोगों ने देखा है? There is a meme going on that chat GPT, बोल दिया मैंने, sorry. So, I was not supposed to call it. But that used to give answer 2 + 2 = 5, right? Why that used to happen? Because they are just using the data which exists, right? If you will keep training them कि 2 + 2 5 होता है, 5 होता है, 5 होता है, एक दिन वो बोल देगा हाँ भाई 5 होता है, ठीक है, तुम खुश रहो, ठीक है? But see, this is the problem. We ask LLMs these kind of questions, and it gives a wrong answer, and we don't even know if it is wrong or not, because for that we have to calculate, right? इतना टाइम नहीं है अपने पास. So how we can improve it? Anyone? कोई बता सकता है इसको कैसे improve किया जा सकता था? 3 मिनट है अपने पास सिर्फ. Please, फटाफट. But वो सिर्फ इसके लिए काम करेगा ना? If similar question comes, how it will work? Like if you are making an API out of it, how will make sure that it should work for everything else? That's the question. ये तो मई के लिए तो तुम निकाल ही लोगे, obviously तब पता चल गया मुझे. ठीक है. Okay, let's not take so much time. You are right also, but again, I'll give you a very good example. ठीक है. Chain of thoughts. Okay, let's start. Maria has 4 dozens of oranges. She uses 18 oranges to make a large juice. Later, her friend gives her 2 more oranges, dozens of oranges. How many oranges does she have now? Answer आपको ही देना है. Maria initially has 48 oranges. When she uses 18 oranges to make juice, she is left with 30 oranges. Her friend gave her additional 24 oranges, यानी 30 + 24 = 54. Now you will ask, how many hours are in the month of May? Answer. The month of May has 31 days. As each day has 24 hours, this means that the month of May has 31 × 24 = 744 hours. The answer is 744 hours, and you will be always correct. You don't have to rely on models, basically, to see कि सही देगा या नहीं देगा. This is how you write prompts. अच्छा लगा? You got it? Okay. I can show more examples, but थोड़ा सा time हमारे पास कम है. But this is basically a way of writing APIs. अब इस पे मुझे API बनाना है, तो I know what kind of prompt I'll put, right? And it will work for almost all calculations like these, right? Because they are pre-trained models. We know it, right? We cannot say कि pre-trained नहीं है. बस फटाफट भगते हैं. Yeah, देख लो, ठीक है? So basically, it's just that how we use it. Prompt engineering is nothing. Okay, ये हमको पता है, इसलिए I'm skipping it. Gemini on mobile, you already know. There was a demo already. Let me see if I can. So basically, you secure your API की. ये चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा? Let's see. So this is how it. ये Kotlin app है again. छोड़ देते हैं, छोड़ो. SDK dependency add करनी, you know it. You know more than me anyway. So This is how it works. I'll quickly Flutter वाले बुरा ना माने इसलिए डाल दिया है. HTTP library use कर सकते हैं, as simple as that. कोई HDK पे dependency नहीं चाहिए. It's just a normal HTTP request. You just hit one of the URLs with the API key, access token. You get some, you set the temperature and all of these things. If you want to skip it, it will take the default value. And that's it, you create this kind of bot. LangChain.dart, अगर आप Flutter developer है तो you can check it out. There is a project which is based on LangChain.py. I definitely cannot explain, but I can tell you this is an abstraction over your LLMs, and this can make your application even better. You can create really advanced applications. So definitely try it out, check it out. Okay, छोड़ो. Toxic करना ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. हाँ. Basically, you have to be responsible. कितने लोगों ने क्रिश मूवी देखी है? उसका भी एक स्लाइड है मेरे पास. यहाँ पे आप you can check it out and just remember this. ठीक है? So because LLMs are very powerful, so we know what we can do with LLMs. And before I just finish it, I want to quickly show a demo, which, can we have 2-3 minutes? 2 minutes. I won't ask any question, I'll answer it later. But this will be fun. So, चलेगा तब तो ये. Okay, let's see. By the way, you can scan this QR code, and I'll give you a free ebook copy of my Flutter 100 ebook. So, you can reach out to me on Twitter or LinkedIn. आज मैं नहीं दूंगा, कल ले देंगे, ठीक है? So that's more or less from it. I'll just show this demo. If I can, how can I change it? इसमें 2 मिनट तो मेरे ऐसे निकल जाएंगे लग रहा है. Okay, I think I have this somewhere here. Okay, we lost the access to it. So run कर लेते. So this is a, मेरे पास फ्लटर का भी है, मेरे पास एंड्रॉयड का भी है, तो जिसको जो चाहिए होगा. नहीं, ये तो नहीं दूंगा मैं, सॉरी. दिस इज द टूल आई एम बिल्डिंग, सो आई कैन नॉट शेयर इट राइट नाउ, बट लेट्स सी कहाँ है हम अभी. सो दिस इज समथिंग विच आई वॉज वर्किंग ऑन. दिस creates UI out of code. This is using 2 things. There is a backup plan which I told you. You should have a fallback situation. So it uses some of the APIs. If it does not, like, it is using custom model, which I am still fine tuning every day. But in other cases, it is using some APIs. If those model does not work, then it gives you. So this you can use. This works for Jetpack Compose also, by the way. This works for Swift UI also, but this is a Flutter demo. You can either generate by drawing here, or you can generate code from here. Let's pick some image. Okay, we have demo images. Let's see, let's use this one. Okay, it does not give the best result today, but this works. Let's try it out. If you want to know how to build it, then I can help you. Let's see what it creates. मुझे भी नहीं पता चलेगा कि नहीं, because demo sucks while presenting, so it can happen. And we are running internet with hotspots, by the way. Just telling you. So it can fail, but let's see. जितनी देर में बंद हो जाएगा यार, बस that's it. Okay, something happened. Okay, we got some hints. Let's see what it created. कुछ हुआ क्या? Okay. For some reason it is showing this, but is it good enough? Do you like it? Yes. Good? So this works for almost every platform. I just wanted to show you that these kind of cool things also you can do. If you have seen bespoken UI that does exactly the same, now you can say to what you want to change here, and you can pretty much. So what I have done is I didn't take any images, because I told you that you have to remember that you are not using any copyright materials, by the way, by any chance. So this replaces with a placeholder that you can add any image here. And I'm not using any third-party libraries. So if you see the code, if you understand Flutter code, this is the easiest code you will ever see. So see, इसमें कुछ ऐसा नहीं है which is difficult to understand, I guess. Right? Easy? So yeah, I mean, these kind of things also you can do. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. We are done enough. If you have questions, I will be outside, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pawan. Thanks a lot.
And sorry for taking.